So, Jackie Wolf here, and other than being your cute little Neko boy and frivolous gamer, well, VTube YouTube star, all doesn't know what he's doing the best of days. Being overly animated. We have a lot to talk about today. Illinois' governor. Like the Illinois governor. Weird. Bit of a jerk. Oddball. I don't know if I like this either. Very weird. So while I fix this, we're gonna go into the ad. Ad spot. By Jackie Wolf. And that is JackieWolf.tv, my website. For $1 a month, soon you will be getting exclusive content provided by me and various other people. Also, going to this website by mine. Make an account at Minds, guys. Come on, please. It's a really good social alternative. Anyways, getting into the meat and potatoes because I don't feel like doing 100 hours of ads. Yeah, I use Opera GX. You're not supposed to come up on that screen. You're supposed to be up on the third screen. That screen. Why do you hate? Why do you hate? I don't understand. If I could rewind. Do it. Yeah, that's my. Wasn't supposed to, but it did. Anyways, let's get into this. And I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I can't vote in Illinois. Because I'm not an Illinois resident. Therefore, I don't care. I don't care. Money. But this guy's a moron, and I hope that if you live in Illinois, you consider your vote options next time very carefully. Extremely carefully, actually. Because this guy is an idiot. The capital J. So, there's that. Anyways, enough waffling. I just... Also, for some reason... it didn't fully reset back the way it was supposed.
I do. I think that there are probably three things that need to be looked at here. One is changing some of the verbiage in the law on red flags so that something could have been filed that would have prevented the FOID card from being issued. That's one. Two.
Red flag laws. I hate to tell you that, but red flag laws are absolutely unconstitutional. Please don't do red flag laws. Okay? Jackie doesn't like them. Jackie really doesn't like violating a bunch of amendments that have to do with privacy and due process. And taking away somebody's property without due process is, well, it's kind of illegal, honestly. Kind of a dick move. Kind of a dick move. Honestly. But I digress.
Is that we need to ban assault weapons, not just in the state of Illinois, but nationally. And then third, high-capacity magazines. There's no reason why someone should have 90 bullets at the ready, 30 in each of the cartridges that he...
Okay, did you notice he said assault weapons? He said assault weapons, guys. He said meaningless phrase that has no actual definition in the United States. Do you know why? Because everything's an assault weapon. It's a military-style gun that has at least one military-style characteristic. Where have I heard that verbiage before? It's a rifle with at least one military-style characteristic. Because what it is they're after isn't just one gun. They're after everything that you own. Isn't it amazing? Some stupid Neko from the middle of nowhere tell you that. And yet, and yet, and yet, and yet, your politicians just keep repeating the same fucking verbiage over and over and over again. Kind of funny. Americans. But what can I say? I live in the metaverse. On anything I want to. We don't have a government anymore. Well, except for Meta, they're trying to be our government, but that doesn't really. Anyways, up tangent.
And that's just something that I don't think.
Oh yeah, I meant to say on the 30 round thing. No, I believe civilians should be able to own whatever the fuck they can afford. Honestly, when it comes to rounds and limitations and stuff like that, I don't really care. I really, really don't care. There is no legitimate argument to tell me that, oh, we need to decrease capacity. We need to decrease this. If the military can have it, the civilians can have it. And that's always been my stance on it. And I hate to tell you this, that's pretty much our founding fathers' stance on it as well.
Civilians should have. And I've talked to police since this shooting who would tell you that the size, the caliber of the bullets that were being fired is much larger than the size, caliber, and speed of bullets that even police carry with them.
Now, I'm going to preference this with the little bit of knowledge that I do know about police departments not all having standardized gear, which I am actually glad about because having a standardized geared essential loadout doesn't work. Every cop needs a pistol. Every cop needs access to firearms. But not everything works in every situation. My local officers don't have tasers because they're more expensive than pistols locally. That's actually a thing. We do have body cameras though. But said that Illinois police are not equipped with the same kinds of weapons. This is where fact checker Jackie is going. Bullshit. Now I don't know if they've made some changes since the pictures were. Some of these are historical. That was uniform circa 1907. Winter uniform, prototype modern dress honor guard uniform. Now, this is the state police. I don't know about the different jurisdictions. However, I do know what state police are allowed to have. And I do know Chicago cops do have access to AR-15 shotguns and gas grenades. So, yeah. Now, let's see. From top to bottom, a CAR 15 in 9mm. That is a carbine 15 built off the AR platform. An AR 15 in 5.56. See, this handy little tooltip actually tells you what's in them. So that's a CAR 19 in 9mm. That's a 5.56. And I believe that is a Springfield Armory M1A 308 or 7.62 by 51 NATO. Huh. Interesting. Interesting, because, well, the gunman had an AR-15. Well, unless you read some reports, we had A. But it's been pretty much clarified that he had a Smith & Wesson M&P AR-15, which we'll circle back to in a minute. And I mean, we will circle back. That's what Jack says. But let's see, they have access to the exact same caliber in 308. So we will go to the handy and dandy chart. Now somebody out there is going to go, but Jackie, this doesn't have 5.56 on it. 5.56 is essentially some small deviation, an up-pressured. Seriously, it is an up-pressured 22. That is why I often call it a glorified 22, because if you was to go by caliber, it's the first. It's not 308 caliber. Wait, caliber for 308 is 30. First two. One of those weird systems. So we go 17, HMR, 2 Hornet, long rifle, 22 Winchester mag, 223 Remington. Now, 223 Remington is an bullet. And I know the modern 223 Wild is closer to what a 5.56 is, but 223 Wild is just a 223. The 223 is not like this super powerful mag. Neither is the 5.56. In fact, if you look at the range it's in, Varmint's Predator range, it is a decent mid-range or long-range bullet. It is really good at taking out, well, it's good at taking out small predators, varmint. We use it for smaller deer, use it for our game. We don't use it for hog hunting. We don't use it for big deer, bears. We use it for what its intended purpose was. We actually an AR-15 a lot of times when we're shooting it. And we use 5.56 interchangeably. The thing with that is, a lot of times it does actually still take multiple bullets to take down a cougar. It takes down it takes multiple to take down a wolf or a coyote. They really want something. They want to get something. Now, as for deer, we got one kill. That's how it's always been. But a lot of people, whoa, this is bad. This is not a good weapon. But at the same time, the reason the army went to 3 and later 5.56 is you could fit a bunch of these bullets on somebody's backpack. And back then, it was a game of isometric warfare. It wasn't about body armors, penetration, and stuff like that. So something light is really good. You can kill a man with a bar. I know I teach gun safety and I have to go through this constantly. This is not some magic, high-powered, super fast bullet. Actually, fairly small. It is quick, very fast, very effective up to 400 yards. It's a really good bullet for what it's for. But it's not like this thing that everybody screams it is. And that particular politician knows jack shit about weaponry. It's very obvious. But beyond that, the other things they carry. Well, 9mm not on here, that's a pistol caliber. And pistol caliber carbines are very interesting. Because the shooter had a sub, which is a foldable takedown rifle, and 9mm, and it's not some weird gap between a pistol and a pistol caliber takedown rifle. Anyways, so we'll get into the other one they use, which is the 308 Win, which is also interchangeable with the 7.62 standard of NATO. 7.62 by 50. Which, by the way, these are roughly the same size. The difference is 308 Winchester is actually a little bit more powerful than a 7.62 by 51. Because it's a little bit newer bullet with a little bit newer technology. Now, sheep, goat, deer, black bear, caribou, medium to long range, and elk. When we take down deer, we generally use a 308, or we'll use a 30-30, because a 30-30 is really good at short range. But if I'm going after more dangerous, more aggressive animals, I use the 308. I also use hog hunting, and we do hog removal services. This is a hell of a lot more powerful than I have shoulder bruises from where I was toughening myself up to where I could shoot 20 to 25 of these rapidly. Because a lot of times, one of these won't take down the bigger hogs that we take out. So, when it comes down to it, this is a very big threat. Now, I do have my 1903 bolt action in 30-06. The fun thing about that, 30-06, that would make that an assault rifle according to their standard issue. Back for 2 entire wars. I also have a lever action in 4570 government and 4090 government and 45 120. So yeah, no, when it comes down to it, a lot of these that people keep claiming are these powerful bullets, they don't really have as much experience in what they're talking about. It kind of scares me a little bit because, as I pointed out, they obviously have access to weapons. I mean, they have access to 37 millimeter gas guns. At least historically, they did. The Smith & Wesson service rifle, tactical baton, nightstick, riot baton, and those are Smith & Wesson 20 calibers. It's one of those things. That's their our current standard carry is the 40 caliber Smith & Wesson or the 9 millimeter version of Smith & Wesson. Or not the Smith & Wesson, Glock. They switched to Glock, my bad. But yeah, no, when it comes down to it, what they use is a lot of things. They use various different weapons that have various different stuff. So either the governor is lying or he's talking to a very select cops that don't know anything about what they have. I mean, they even have tactical shotguns, Remington. They have access to a Remington 870 12 gauge and a Remington 1 pistol grip in stock. I mean, they have access to weapons that you cannot have in Illinois at all. And I get tired of hearing, oh, woe is me. Woe is you. You're an idiot. But I digress. Video. Do hear it, Jackie. Camera.
Why do civilians need this? You know, the name of the weapon that this shooter was using is the Smith & Wesson M&P 15. M&P 15. You know what M&P stands for? Military and police. And that's who perhaps should have these weapons, not civilians being able to just walk in and buy one.
All right. So civilians shouldn't walk in and buy a weapon because it says M&P on. Well, I own an M&P 9mm. I own an M&P 2.0 9mm actually. It's actually currently set up as a range gun. And there's a reason it's set up for a range gun. I do a lot of competition shoot. Now, I mostly do local competition in real life. But that being said, what M&P does actually stand for military and police. I will give you props on that all day, brah. But can you tell me why it is that Smith & Wesson still uses the M&P moniker when most police companies don't use Smith & Wesson? They use Glock, they use Remington, they use other brands. The reason for that is because Smith & Wesson M&P is for quality. See, the M&P moniker actually appears in the late 1800s, around the time of, well, the 38 and 32. The Model 10 revolver, which is the most famous of the M&P line. 6 million of those things were produced, by the way, from the time it was launched till the time it ended. But military and police was meant to show a standard, a reason, a quality, as you will. As it is, these days, a lot of gun companies don't have that kind of quality anymore, and it's kind of sad. It really is. I don't know why you people keep harking on about this and that. If I was to start going by the Constitution, well, a lot of things we do nowadays are unconstitutional. Be getting rid of the army. Well, that gets rid of the military. So, yeah, no, when it comes down to it, M&P is just meaningless. It means military and police. But do military and police actually use Smith & Wesson guns anymore? The answer is overwhelmingly no. And, yeah, that also doesn't answer anything either because, well, AR-15 style weapon, M&P. I'm pretty sure there's an M&P AR that's a 9mm. There's probably one in 22. Actually, I know there's one in 22. I had a guy show up for class with a M&P in 20. There's probably one in 300 Blackout. But my point still stands. The police have access to weapons powerful. if not more powerful in some cases because of Illinois' laws. You're an idiot. Like most politicians that want to talk about gun control. I think honestly we need to go to the root of the problem. The root of the problem is actually the mental illness by rhetoric online and the rhetoric on these people. In a lot of these cases, mental. Anyways, I'm tired of it. I've been Jackie Wolf. I'm sorry for wasting your time, proving your time. I want to thank you all for watching, especially Crazy Face that know me on Discord. I can't let you in. Sorry, there's a team of people behind the scenes right now that are helping me come up with engaging content for my members who pay $1 a month. And other people who join mines help me out too. But I don't know what to think anymore. Sorry, I'm having some allergy issues. But you guys have done wonderful. You guys have helped me out a lot. And I wanted to say thank you. I also wanted to say please like, comment everywhere. Because the more I grow, the easier this is for me. The easier time I have pointing and going, hey, that's me. Till then, thank you. Love you. All. Love every one of you.